Hi,
Hi.
Sarah.
Nice
How
to
you
meet
doing?
you.
You too.
So your character is definitely a fan favorite. I think you're going to get a lot of that. And I was curious, what is it about your character that you hope viewers can connect with or that you connected with personally?
Well, I mean, we love him because he's funny and outrageous, and it's always fun to watch someone with no real moral center. I mean, so many great comic protagonists are funny because they're amoral. I love how self-absorbed he is, but much more importantly, I love that, of course, like everyone and every good, well-drawn character, he has a reason for being the way he is, and the adventure he's on is going to bring it out. And the central theme of the film, which I'm sure I'll get to more as the questions go on, is all about getting to know people on a more deep level, so that you can see past their so we're judging a book by more than its cover. So yeah, I love how funny he is, but I love that he's, in the end, he's absolutely unquestioning in his loyalty to these people that he ostensibly didn't care about.
Next, we're going to go to Christina Patricio from the Patricios.
Hi.
Hi,
Okay,
Christina. Hi, kids.
Say hi. They're
Hi,
very
Merry
big
Christmas.
fans. Okay.
Oh,
My
good.
son
I'll try to
Carter's
be
gonna
nice.
ask the question.
What made you want to be part of this film?
Um, well, my friend Harry, who's the writer, one of the writers, the main writer and the co-director, is a very good friend of mine. I've worked with him a lot. And basically, I was quite busy when he asked me to, he actually first asked me to write a song for the film. And I wrote the song. And then he said, why don't you play Pretty Boy as well? So basically, I got talked into it by a friend.
Next up, we're going to go to Christy Reppy from Lights Camera Mom.
Hi, I'm Christy from Lights Camera Mom, and big fan of the film and Pretty Boy in particular, his journey, and especially his journey with his followers. And I just think there's so many messages for kids in the film, particularly when it comes to social media and their presence there, and kind of that love that you get from social media and how it might kind of change and all that. So can you talk a little bit about what you hope kids take away from the film and Pretty Boy's character?
I think it's a really good point, and I'm obsessed by that question. I spend I've just done 2 months where 5 times a week I stand up in front of 3,000 people and they all clap me, and then I drop back into Australia jet lagged into my children and dishes, and the dissonance for someone like Pretty Boy, which I've experienced a small version of, is very strange. And there's a level of maturity you have to get to if you're going to be a performer or something, where you have to understand that the value of the real love of 1 or 2 people is infinitely greater than the surface love of 10,000. The trouble is, for a character like Pretty Boy, all the likes and all the love and all the astronauts, they break your capacity to have real relationships. And just as social media absolutely does, it teaches your brain to get endorphins from really not where you should be getting your love endorphins from. And if you get too much of it, it can be permanently damaging. So that's not the theme of the film, but it's really interesting that you saw it. And I think it is absolutely there, that all that love from all that adoration is nothing compared to the love he earns through this group of people he becomes friends with.
Next up, we're going to go with Robin Davis from Mom the Magnificent.
Hi, Robin.
Hi there. Thanks for such a fun film. My kids really enjoyed it. I'd love to know, what's one lesson that you hope families will take away from after watching?
I think it's just the classic lesson that you mustn't judge people based on first impressions, that you mustn't judge a book by its cover. People are complex and you never know what struggles they've gone through. So all those old cliches, you need to walk a mile in their shoes and all that, they're all not just still relevant, but perhaps increasingly pertinent because of the way we relate to one another now that we have access to one another across the world, and the way we relate is two-dimensional, quite literally, and two-dimensional metaphorically as well. We need to give each other time to know where we come from and what our intentions are and where our heart is, and not judge one another based on, yes, how we look, but even just how we present.
Next up, we're going to go with Angela Camacho from Queen Bee Latina.
Hi, Tim. I have to say,
Hi.
Pretty Boy and Nigel were my absolute favorite characters of the movie. But my question is, what was your favorite part of the film and why?
I mean, I love doing, I enjoyed the process of doing all the voiceovers and trying to make him as funny as possible. But when I sat down and saw the film, which I only did 2 weeks ago, I think what was most satisfying as someone who writes screenplays myself and as an actor, the one worries that the serious stuff, the coming together of Maddie and Pretty Boy, is going to be too cheesy or inauthentic, because stories always fall towards these moments and you worry that they're going to be cliched. But it didn't at all. I felt like that scene where Maddie and Pretty Boy are sitting out in the desert and they just finally sort of go, we're kind of friends, aren't we, is really touching. And I thought it was beautifully done by Harry and the team.
Yes, it was. Thank you
And
so
me and
much.
Isla, obviously. We're amazing.
Isla, for
And,
sure. Thank you.
And next, we're going to go with Candy Olivares from Candy Palooza.
Hi, Candy.
Hi, Tim. It's great to speak with you today. Fantastic job. Pretty Boy was a phenomenal character. As you've spoken, you've been telling us, you did a lot of parts of the film. Well, actually, I was reading your IMDb, and you are just all kinds of creative. And was there any other part of the film that you lent your talents to?
Well, the credit song "Beautiful Ugly" is my song and my vocal, and that was a really great experience. There's a little Australian pop star. She's not little, she's amazing, Evie Irie, who did a guest vocal on that tune. That was really good and really great to work with the very high-end LA producers, because my composing tends to be more theatre and musical theatre, obviously. But also the song "The Lullaby" is mine as well. I wrote that music and lyric too, and that's sung by Isla's character, but then it's sung by her mum in a sort of dream state, and that vocal's by an incredible Australian vocalist called Thelma Plum. And so yeah, I got to get my hands dirty with all the music stuff as well, which is my main job, really.
I love it.
The acting's just a bit of fun.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Candy. Thank you.
All right, so we have time for one more question. So I think we have the Patricios. I think I see a girl with a red bow who probably has our last question for us.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Hit me.
So, did you have any challenges while filming during the pandemic?
Can you just say it one more time, Dal? Did I have any challenges while
Filming during this?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's a really good question, because making a film during a pandemic is very, very hard. But interestingly, because animation is all, the animation's all made on computers and the voices are all just people talking into microphones, and we don't even have to be in the same room. So it was a huge challenge for Harry and his team to make. But it was amazing, because I'm sitting here in Sydney, Australia, and behind me in that cupboard, it's all covered in foam, because when I was recording, I would open that cupboard and have foam all around me, and then I put a big duvet cover. Do you call it duvet? Whatever. And a microphone with this same equipment that I've got set up here, and all of Pretty Boy was recorded in this room. So it was amazing, really good fun, and really good to have something to do during the pandemic.
Well, thank you so much. This can please cut. This concludes this roundtable. Please exit the room